The Indians brought an elephant to a dark stable and wanted to show it to the people. Many people gathered in that dark place to see the animal, but the stable was so dark that it was impossible to see with the eyes. They began to put their hands on the elephant in that dark place. One of them put his ear in his hand and said, "The elephant looks like a trough." Someone else had his foot in his hand and said, "The elephant is like a pole." Another touched its back. He said, "The elephant is like a throne." Each person touched the elephant according to what he thought it was like. Their words contradicted each other because of their views. One said it was a branch, the other said it was a leaf. If everyone had a candle in his hand, there would be no contradiction in their words. The eye of sense is only like the palm, only like the foam. The palm cannot handle the whole elephant at once. The eye that sees the sea is one thing, the eye that sees the foam is another. Forget the foam and look with the eye of the sea. Foam comes from the sea, day and night, the sea moves it. But what a wonder you see the foam but not the sea. We are like ships. We are in the enlightened sea, but our eyes do not see. We keep bumping into each other. O man who has boarded the ship of the flesh and fallen asleep, you have seen the sea, but look at the sea of the sea. The sea also has a sea, and it keeps on going on and on. The soul also has a soul, which pulls and turns it whichever way it wants. Where was Moses? Where was Jesus when the sun watered the entire crop of existence? Where was Adam when God put beams on this bow? Where is Eve? This word is also incomplete. This word also has no result. The word that is not incomplete is the word that belongs to that side, to the realm of truth. But if it is told to you, you will stumble. If it is not told to you, you will not understand anything. Woe to you! If it is told to you with an example, you immediately cling to that example and think that image is the truth, my brave one. Like grass, your feet are tied to the ground. You cannot reach the truth, so you keep shaking your head with a wind. You have no feet, so that you can move from one place to another. Or you can work and strive and pull your feet out of this clay. Abandoning your life is a very difficult thing for you. But oh, poor man, if you find life from the truth, you will become independent of the earth, and then you will leave this clay. When the suckling child gives up the nanny, he starts eating and leaves her. You are attached to and accustomed to the milk of the earth like the grains that grow from the earth. Get used to the food of the hearts and see if you are cut off from this milk. O you who do not have the will to accept unveiled lights, at least hear the words of wisdom which are a light hidden in letters, and eat them. In this way, you will gain the will to accept that unveiled light, and you will see the hidden light without veils. In this way, you will be able to travel in the heavens like a star, and even go on arbitrary expeditions outside the heavens. You have come from nothingness to existence, come to yourself, but how did you come? You drunkenly know nothing about yourself. The paths you have traveled are not even in your mind, but again we will tell you a reminder. We will remind you of something. Leave this mind and reach the true mind. Block this ear and become a true ear. No, I will tell you because you are still immature. You are still in the spring, you have not even seen July. Oh, great ones, this world is like a tree. We are like the half-raw, half-grown fruits in this world. The raw fruits are more firmly attached. They do not break away from the tree easily, because raw fruit is not worthy of a mansion or a palace. But when it becomes sweet and biting to the lips, it no longer clings to the branches well and immediately falls off. When a man's mouth becomes sweet because of luck and fortune, the whole world seems cold to him. It is immaturity to cling tightly to something, to be passionate about something. When you are a child in your mother's womb, your only occupation is drinking blood. There is one more thing to be said, but I will not say it. Let Ruhul Qudus tell you without me. No, not the spiritual spirit. You tell it to your own ear. In reality there is no me, no one else, and you are me, dear sir. This is like a dream. When you fall asleep you pass out, but you come back to yourself. You hear and listen to yourself, and you think that a hidden man other than you is speaking to you in a dream. Oh my beautiful comrade, you are not just one man. You are a world. You are a deep sea. Isn't that your immense being? It is perhaps 900 stories. It is a sea with no bottom and no shore. Hundreds of worlds are immersed in that sea. Anyway, this is neither a place of wakefulness nor sleep, so don't talk about it. Allah knows better. Don't mention it, and you will hear unspeakable words from those who are able to speak of this realm. Don't mention it, and you will hear unspeakable words from that sun. Don't mention it, and your soul will tell you about this realm. Leave the talk of being a fin in Noah's Ark. If you engage in this talk, you will resemble Canaan. He also attempted to swim, saying, I do not want the Ark of Noah, who is my enemy. Noah said to him, Hey, come, get into your father's ark and don't be washed away in the flood, you lowly son. He replied, No, I have learned to swim. I have lit a candle other than your candle. Noah said, Come to your senses. This is called the wave of the flood of calamity. The hand and foot of the one who knows how to swim are useless today. But Canaan said, No, I will ascend the great mountain. That mountain will save me from all kinds of trouble. Noah said, Come to your senses. Now the mountain is like a straw. Allah does not spare anyone except his own friend. But Canaan said, When did I listen to your advice that I might be one of those who follow you? Your word was not pleasing to me, and I was far away from you in both worlds. Noah said, Come on, my child, this is not a day of kindness. Allah has nothing to do with it, nothing like it. You have not been stubborn so far, but this is a delicate time. Who will pass through this door? He has the truth of he was neither born nor begotten in eternity. Allah has no father, no son, no uncle. Where will he hear the pleas of the sons? Where will he hear the pleas of the fathers? O old man, I was not born. Be less coy with me, O young man. I am not a father, so don't be so swayed. I am not a husband, I have no lust. Let go of your wife's desire. In this matter, nothing other than servitude, need, necessity has no dignity. But Canaan said, Dad, you have been saying these words for years. I am still saying them. Are you ignorant or what? How many times have you said these words to everyone, and how many cold answers have you received? How many bad words have you heard? These cold words did not enter my ears. Will they enter my ears now? Now I have knowledge. I have grown up. Noah said, My child, what would happen if you followed your father's advice for once? He was giving such good advice, and Canaan was responding with such harsh words. His father did not tire of giving him advice, nor did any word of his father enter the ears of the wicked son. While they were talking like this, a swift wave came. It swept over Canaan's head, drowned him, and carried him away. Noah said, O my patient Sultan, your donkey has died, and my burden has been carried away by the flood. Many times you promised me that those who belong to you would be saved from the flood. I was naive. I believed in your promises. I had hopes. But why did the flood take away my rug? Allah said, He is not one of your people, not one of your relatives. Have you not seen for yourself that when a worm gets into that blue tooth of yours, there is no other way but to pull it out? He was your son, but you abandoned him, and he is nothing to me. Noah said, O Lord, I have no one but you. The one who surrenders to you is not considered a stranger. How am I with you? How is my sincerity? You already know. Just as meadows and grasslands need rain, just as they flourish and grow from rain, so I need you. I grow from you like them. In fact, my need is 20 times greater than theirs. The poor is alive with you. He rejoices with you. He gets nourishment from you without any means. That is how I am. O God of perfection, I am neither with you nor apart from you. I am with you in a state without arbitrariness, without reason, without cause. We are fish, you are the sea of life, Allah, the best attribute. We are alive by your grace. You are inconceivable in thought and unexplainable in reason. You are the one I spoke to in every adventure before this flood, and you are the one I will speak to after the flood. I speak to you, O Lord, who bestows new words and possesses old words, not to them. Day and night, love speaks to the rubbish in the tent sites and to the ruins. It is addressing the rubbish, the garbage that remains in the tent sites, but whom is it praising? Whom? Thank God that you sent the flood and removed that rubbish and the remnants of those buildings, for they were evil and vile buildings, evil and vile heaps. They neither called out to us nor responded to our voice. I want such buildings that when I address them, they respond to my voice like a mountain. I am in love with your name that gives life to my life and rest to my soul. Every prophet loves the mountain so that he may hear your name twice. That low and stony mountain is worthy to be the home of the mouse, not our home. If I say it, it will be no good to me. My words will go unanswered. It will not even respond to my voice. It is better to tear that mountain to the ground than to trample it underfoot and crush it, for it is no home for man. Allah said, O Noah, if you wish, I will resurrect all the drowned ones again and again and bring them to the earth. I would not break your memory for a Canaanite, but I am informing you about the situation. Noah said, No, if you want to drown me, I am still willing to your judgment. Drown me every moment. I like it. Your judgment is like life. I willingly accept it. I do not look at anyone, even if I look. That look is an excuse. What I see is you. In times of gratitude, I am in love with what you do. And in times of patience, would I ever fall in love with your creation like an infidel? He who falls in love with Allah's judgment is enlightened, and he who falls in love with his creation becomes an infidel.